So are we going? Shall I assume we are?
Live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook. Well, that's live all over the world then. Welcome to this Winter Solstice 2020. Yes. There were times where we wondered if we would get here, right? Well, we did. We have the longest night of the year this very evening. And as I speak, I understand that there's the convergence of, what is it, Saturn and Mars?
And Jupiter.
All three?
No, Saturn and Jupiter.
Okay, Saturn and Jupiter are going on. We can't see it. We live in a holler, and the mountains are such that we can't see above it. We're down in this holler and we can't see the sky. I wish I could. I'd have to climb up to James Mountain to see it. Welcome to our winter solstice time here. And with my eyes and this Baptist hymnal, I'm going to try to sing this song. Hark the herald angels sing.
Sing glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of righteousness. Light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he laid his glory by, born that man no more will die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give him second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Yeah, we'll start off with a bang, not a whimper. And I keep my Baptist hymnal around because there's a lot of great songs in there, not just Christmas songs, all sorts of great songs that I grew up with. So I grew up in Southern Baptist Church, and yeah, Christmas was a big deal. And for Kentucky folks, at least my Kentucky folks, it's Christmas Eve. That's the big deal. And it seemed to be more important than Christmas Day, to tell you the truth, in terms of the partying, the food, the hanging out. There's something about nighttime, which is what we got here in Tennessee right now, while those planets are converging. So there's something about the nighttime. And then I started catching on that winter solstice is a pretty big deal, you know, because that's the longest night of the year. And then now our days start expanding, right? So that's pretty important. And so we're celebrating, you know, the holidays of all kinds around this time and winter solstice. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do a song you may not have heard of mine, but I wrote it. I guess I've never put it out. So you're going to hear it. Unless you've heard me do it in a show, I don't think it's ever shown up anywhere. I've written one holiday song, and this is it. See what you think of this. Let's see, how's this thing go? I've got Hark the Herald Angels in my head. Let's see. I'll just start it, because I can't think of the clever intro.
Well, it started Thanksgiving. My cousin started living in a tent out behind the garage. 3 weeks later, my brother's boy Taylor was sleeping in the driveway in the back of my Dodge. My mama called me twice, said, now wouldn't it be nice if we could all get together Christmas Eve? We'll be ringing the new year, Lordy, they're still here. I just can't get anyone to leave. I got my sister, my mother, my little baby brother sleeping at the foot of the bed. I got my dog, my paw, my mother-in-law, and a little margarita for my aching head. I'd like to call off this reunion, but everyone's refusing. 3 tons of love that I could stand to lose. Relatively speaking, I got the blues. Here's the clever intro. Ow! Can you find the other lyric? Because there's a verse missing here. Well, they made a joint decision to renovate the kitchen, and all I had to do was foot the bill. Get a walk-in refrigerator, a load of beans and taters, silo full of corned beef fit to kill. We got a second phone line and it's busy most of the time. My wife and I, we talk by reading lips. As far as holding it tight, there ain't a chance in sight. We're waiting for the next lunar eclipse. I got my sister, my mother, my little baby brother sleeping at the foot of the bed. I got my dog, my paw, my mother-in-law, and a little margarita for my aching head. I'd like to call off this reunion, but everyone's refusing. 3 tons of love that I could stand to lose. Relatively speaking, I got the blues. I got 'em, yeah. Relatively speaking, I got the blues. Ow! Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Relatively speaking. Isn't that clever? It's clever. I should have known to turn over the page and just release my hands from the guitar and pick and turn it over. Why didn't I think of that? Of course. So, what a year it's been. I don't have to tell you. If you're breathing, you know. You know the year that we've had. And, I mean, whoa, right? And
right now I have a number of friends or family who are just ill or in the hospital or, that kind of thing. So it's, it's ending about as bad or worse than it kind of carried on, to tell you the truth. On some levels, on other levels, other things are going well, right? The silver lining stuff. Like, I'll tell you a silver lining. I've been working on a studio. It's just on the other side of that wall out here at the farm. And it's going to be great. I can't even believe how good it is. It looks beautiful. We have almost all of the wood, all of the timber, and most of the decorative wood too, if you could call it that, has come from the land, from the farm, and from our own sawmill. So we've got a sawmill, and we're cutting our own 2 by this and 6 by that and all that. So it's kind of miraculous. And then because I haven't been traveling out doing shows, I actually have the time to be here and help with those things. And believe me, it's help. I'm not doing this. I'm thinking of stuff and lining up materials and all those kinds of things, making choices with Angela and the great working folks that we have. But that's part of what the silver lining has been. I put out 2 records this year in 2020 during pandemic. That's a silver lining if you ask me. But plenty of things that were not silver linings whatsoever, at least that haven't been made aware of their silver liningness yet. Right now, I'd like to do a song for you that, and I'll jump over on this other guitar. Hey, this is a new purchase, a new acquisition, I guess you could say, at this guitar. It's a Washburn guitar. Look how small it is, right? Parlor guitar thing, made in 1930. I heard that guitar when it needed a lot of work on it, but I could tell there was something in it. So for example, check this out, something like single note. You hear that? Hear the overtones? But it's mostly good for single notes, I find. Chords are fine on it, but single note, which, why did I start playing more? I should have played a Christmas song. But that's what came out, I have to follow what comes out, because what else am I supposed to do? So this song I'm going to do for you right now, I grew up in a music family. I started playing when I was 6 years old, really bass, because I had an older brother named Denny Scott. He was 6 years older than me, and he was like a child prodigy on guitar. Specifically, Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, fingerstyle guitar. He was way beyond what, a 10 or 12 or 14, 16-year-old should have been. And because he was so good at guitar, it meant I was the bass player of the family band. But it was also a great music lesson for years and years and years, playing behind my brother, also my dad. My dad was into country music. My brother was into Chet Atkins and Glenn Campbell and sort of, if you would, poppy style stuff, orchestral arrangements, harmony, music theory, stuff like that. I learned all that from my brother, Denny Scott. And Denny's in the hospital as we speak as well. And, I doubt if he's watching. He doesn't probably watch, or not feeling very well in the hospital there. But I send this out to him anyway. He wrote this with my dad, and I'm not sure they ever wrote before or since, but I remember this song somewhere. I was probably, 14 years old when they wrote this thing. And the way they did it was, my brother had a melody and chords, and he brought it to my dad, and then my dad put the lyric to it. So for all you out there who know my stuff, you will have never heard this song. I promise you. But because it's our Happy Solstice 2020, how did we get through this year? Well, we did, and the planets are aligning right now as well. So I'm going to do this song that they put together themselves. Thinking of Denny tonight and all the great music I learned from him. It's unfathomable what I learned from him on guitar things, on harmony things, music things, composition, orchestral arrangement thinking. He was a force to be reckoned with. And so I was 6 years younger, and I would try to keep up with him. And I didn't, but I would try. So it always kept me pushing forward and forward. So this is a song that, again, Denny Scott, my brother, and my dad wrote this thing together.
Sunlight, heavenly sunlight, lights the path that I will walk today. And sunlight, heavenly sunlight, it warms my heart and guides me on my way. Darkness once dwelled in this heart of mine. Sorrow is the life I've left behind. Darkness once dwelled in this heart of mine. Sorrow is the life I've left behind. Sunshine, heavenly sunshine, it warms my heart and guides me on my way. It warms my heart and guides me on
Happy Solstice. Happy Solstice. You see, is that S-O-U-L? It could be. It could be. What is this? Oh, I see. So I hear there's a tip jar. I hear there's a tip jar somewhere in your view or your presence or your future or past or somewhere. There's a tip jar. So if you feel like tipping, go ahead, and tip. And we'll get some money, I guess. And I'll buy presents. I'll tell you something. I usually travel all year, right? Or most of the year. And here's what I've learned to do over the years, is I buy Christmas presents when I see something that I think one of my kids or what Angela or somebody would like. It's like, there it is. I've learned to get those instead of waiting and going to a mall. A mall might be one of the worst places you could possibly be, like right about now, right? And we kind of know this. So I learned a long time ago, hey, when you see something you like that's right for somebody, just get it and hide it in the closet. Have I forgotten things in the closet? Yeah, I have. But I've also given things early in the closet. Well, here's what happened this year. I didn't travel, so I didn't get out and do my usual things when I see something for somebody, get it and bring it home kind of deal, right? So I don't have much to give for Christmas, other than the biggest thing I got to give for Christmas is me. And so I guess I'll give that. Will that be good enough? Okay. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But I'll have a little bit, but just not my normal thing. This was not a normal year, was it? But, look at this. We're in December. And we got this far. And Merle Haggard, I don't know who wrote this song. Haggard might have written it. I should have done my research. But I didn't. Haggard could have written this. Haggard wrote a lot of his great stuff. But Haggard was also one of those that would do other people's stuff. I mean, a lot. But he knew the good stuff. Haggard, being a great writer, knew the good stuff. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that if Haggard wrote this or not. But he sang it, and I'd like to do it for you right now. If we make it through December, everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow. No, it's okay. If we make it through December, got plans to be in a warmer town come summertime, maybe even California. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. Got laid off down at the factory, and their time is not the greatest in the world. Heaven knows I've been working hard. I wanted Christmas to be right for Daddy's girl. Now I don't mean to hate December. It's meant to be a happy time of year, and my little girl don't understand why Daddy can't afford no Christmas cheer. If we make it through December, everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow. If we make it through December, got plans to be in a warmer town come summertime,
maybe even California. If we make it through December, we'll be fine. If we make it through December, yeah. If we make it through December, we'll be fine.
Several folks said that Merle did write that.
Oh, good. Well, that's not surprising. Merle wrote great songs. Sing Me Back Home. On and on and on. So, yeah, so Merle Haggard did write that. So thanks for the information out there. Let's see, what do we got here? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What key am I going to do this in? I'll tell you what, I'll do it over here. So I'm surrounded by some guitars, of course. Why wouldn't I be, you know? And this is Stephen Sobel guitar that I got a couple years ago. And this is a big body. Look at this thing. So there's the parlor guitar, 1930s. Look at that. Can you see it? It's a lot bigger, isn't it? In lots of ways, right? Longer neck, longer everything. So it has a whole different sound. So check this out here. And this is a Gordon Lightfoot song. I know Gordon Lightfoot wrote this one. And I love Gordon Lightfoot. I grew up on Gordon Lightfoot. I found Lightfoot at about age 16. And once I found him, it was like, it's all there. Great songwriting. There was a great folk tradition there. Ballad singing. I loved his playing. But he wrote his butt off for records and records and records and records and records and records and records of songs that he put out. So I was a huge fan of Lightfoot. And this is a Gordon Lightfoot song that speaks to the seasons, right?
Rows of lights in a circle of steel, where you place your bets on a great big wheel. High windows flickering down through the snow. The time you know, sights and sounds of the people going round. Everybody's in step with the season. A child is born to a welfare case, where the rats run around like they own the place. The room is chilly, the building is old. That's how it goes. A doctor's found on his welfare rounds, and he comes and he leaves on the double. The halls was the song they played in the flat next door, where they shout all day. She tips her gin bottle back till it's gone. A child is strong. A week, a day, they will take it away, for they know about all her bad habits. Christmas dawns and the snow lets up, and the sun hits the handle of her heirloom cup. She hides her face in her hands for a while. Says, look here, child, your father's pride was his means to provide, and he's serving 3 years for that reason. In a circle of steel, where you place your bets on a great big wheel. High windows trickling down through the snow. It's a time, you know, sights and sounds of the people going round. Everybody's in step with the season. So there's a Gordon Lightfoot song about the seasons a little bit, or the holidays. Is that what this is called? The season. Yeah, and the holidays. Well, it's Winter Solstice, and I think Winter Solstice has as much to do with this time of year as anything. Don't you? Don't you think the moon, the sun going around, the seasons, I like paying attention to that stuff. So that's why I have a series on the Patreon called New Moon, New Music. And I wish I were in a place where I could see, speaking of the skies, looking at the convergence of, what's the planets again?
Saturn and Jupiter.
Saturn and Jupiter. Says Abraham, my son here, who's been watching it through a telescope the last couple of nights. We can't see it here. I went out after the sun went down, and the mountain is too large. We can't see it out there. I wish we could. You said you saw the moons of Jupiter?
Yeah, you can see all 4 moons.
And the
And the rings of Saturn.
and the rings of Saturn in one scope.
In one scope.
Oh, that's
first
crazy.
First time in 400 years.
Wow, since Genghis Khan.
Yeah, and Galileo.
Whoa. Well, I'm missing that tonight. And maybe if you're watching this, you are too, wherever you might be. But it's going to continue. But today is as close as it's going to get from what I've heard. That's right. Mention the tip jar as you wish. So I wish. And you know what it is. Hey, this is free. You know that. And if you want to put in money in the tip jar, hey, do so. And I want to shout out right now to the Patreon people who've supported me since, I think we've had a Patreon page since April. Maybe it was March. I'm not exactly sure. And thanks to Sierra Strickland, who put that together for me, my assistant. And she also put the logistics for this that you're seeing tonight, along with the technical expertise of Abraham Scott, my son right here. And then Angela Scott, who's sitting here in a Christmas sweater, green. And I got my green thing on. She chose this for me. And so I'd like to do a song for Angela. Let me see, what shall I play this thing on? I guess I'll stay on this thing here, on this guitar. And this song mentions the winter solstice. Now, it doesn't say winter solstice because that's hard to put in a song, but it mentions the longest night of the year. That is easier to put into a song. And so it's in here. And basically, Angela's from Nebraska. And Froggy went a-courting to Nebraska to date and to court Angela. And but we'd also court, on the road. She'd join me when we were dating somewhere, or she'd come to Tennessee. But this is based in Nebraska, this song. And it kind of goes through a season, meaning a year. The seasons. Yeah, that's it. The seasons. There's 4 of them, I'm told. And one begins today, right? Winter. That's another part of it. Winter solstice. How do it know? So this is a song I wrote that has the winter solstice in it, but not the words winter solstice. Listen for it in the last verse. You'll catch it. I will meet you in Nebraska, where the Platte runs muddy and wide, and the crane come for the feeding. I'll be standing by your side. Summer winds will stir the sand hills. Traitor clouds may dim our view. Oh, we'll be watching from the window for the shadows to turn to blue. Give me something to believe in when this world turns dark and cold. Tell me sunlight's shining somewhere, and dreams are bought but never sold. And give me love and in abundance. Give me love that never dies. Oh, there's no light in all creation like the light in my angel's blue eyes. When the leaves turn in the autumn, gathered up to make our bed, daylight flickering beneath the branches, and my arm a pillow for your head. Oh, I will meet you in the morning from the longest night of the year. Winter's blanket freezing all around us. I'll be there, babe, to hold you near. Give me something to believe in when this world turns dark and cold. Tell me sunlight's shining somewhere. Dreams are bought but never sold. Give me love and in abundance. Give me love that never dies. Oh, there's no light in all creation like the light in my angel's blue eyes. Thank you, Angel. Thank you. Well, let's see. I think that's all I had planned for this program. Right. I think we did everything, right? Right. Is there anything else we should know about or talk about? Anybody asking questions?
There's a lot of people out there just wishing you the best.
Oh, okay.
Everybody from California, family, friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just wishing you the best.
Oh, okay. Anything else? Or I'm supposed to hold this up?
Vicky wants you to know that Dale and her are watching.
Hello, Vicky and Dale. Glad you're watching. Hey, check out what it says there, Dale and Vicky. Hey, somebody sent us some beef jerky from Montana, and I have no idea who sent us the beef jerky. And it was cheese curds, too, like with jalapeno spices. Thank you, whoever that is. We don't know who did that, but it might be someone out there. There was no note in it, and I started thinking, like, I mean, was it for us? Who was it from? And are we supposed to eat this? You know what I mean? Like, do you eat everything that shows up at your doorstep? But anyway, we did eat it, by the way, and the dogs loved it. So I think that's going to draw our winter solstice gathering to a close. Hey, we got through 2020 almost. It's just a little bit of time here, but it's a good time. This is the best time of year in many ways. And so get out there, see that convergence of the planets, Jupiter and Saturn. And if you can, I'm down in a holler, down in the valley. Valley's so low. But you might be on a mountaintop somewhere and seeing it. So see that. Hey, this is the longest night of the year. Do something special about that. There's something special about the longest night of the year, and we start turning toward more longer days. Springtime is coming up and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot to look forward to, of course, coming up. And somehow we got through this year. And thank you for tuning in tonight or in the future, wherever you will see this. And that's going to be it. I'm going to say adios. And let's have a toast. What is this, Angel?
Thank you. This is Weller 12.
Weller 12? Nobody drinks Weller 12. I want to thank, what was the place? Beck's in Augusta, Georgia, gave us a bottle of Weller 12. Hey, you bourbon folks know what I'm talking about. So thank you, Beck's. And for this Weller 12, let's cheers. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, Abraham.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. We're going to say adios. I'm going to get outside and see if I can see the sky. Thank you for being here. And tip, if you want to, join our Patreon page. That's what you really ought to do. Those of you who haven't, there's so much content sitting there that we just keep putting up and up. And thank you, Patreon people who've supported me along the way. You can't believe how much that has helped through this year of non-touring. That's just the truth. Thank you, Patreon folks. And cheers. Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Weller 12. Yeah.